Should work now. All right. Yeah, should be live now. Hello everybody, welcome to the stream today. My name is Sensei Suplex, and today we have the likes of the Project Aurora Q&A, and more. We had a little bit of audio issues there and stuff as voice mod wasn't turning on for some strange reason, but hope you guys are also ready to go. Was that auto tune? Nah, yeah, sorry about that. That was voice mod I was trying to like test out. Basically like, hey, are you live? Are you working? Is this acting right and all that sort of stuff? But yeah, we got everything good. Also, special shout out to all the people who are here. I see you, C Monster, over on YouTube, and I see you, Runny, over on Twitch. Special shout out to you guys who are already here before I even dropped the announcement. Heck yeah. So for those of you guys who are just either watching the VOD or whatever, you're maybe just joining on in. For essentially what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be talking about the new Dungeons and Dragons MMORPG known as Project Aurora. This is an awesome little Westmarches sort of experience that's going to be going live very, very soon. We're looking to get started hopefully at the beginning of February, like probably on February 1st and more. And it's been freaking awesome to sort of take part of for the past 4 years. Now we're getting ready to start with the likes of the Westmarches server and all that sort of stuff, or not server, but more so Westmarches game and all that stuff. But we've been doing PA or anything related to the MMORPG for the past 3-ish or about 4 years or so, right? Hey, what's up, Madral? Hey, oh boy, we got a lot of people. We got Showcase, we got Liam, we got Chris, or we got Copes. Yo, welcome everybody. Welcome, my friends. Let's see if oh dang, everybody's sort of following all that sort of great stuff. We actually might hit the follow go. What the heck? Oh man, you guys are awesome. Thank you guys so much. Chaotic and Writer Game, welcome, my friends. Welcome to the stream and more. You guys are freaking awesome. Oh boy, I'm gonna butcher your name. I always see you in the lecture chat, but I've never actually got a chance to ask your name over on YouTube. Ataya, GJ. Tell me how you pronounce your name on YouTube, because I don't want to mess it up. Please. I don't want to sort of butcher anything. Names are very, very much important. My name is extremely difficult to pronounce for some reason when people read it. And it's, I definitely don't want to like make anybody upset, you know? Roller, yo, welcome to the stream. Hi, Suplex, welcome. Welcome, Blitz, appreciate you for joining on in. All right. Atia. Gotcha. Makes sense. Hey Tia, welcome to the stream. Appreciate you for joining on in over on the YouTube side of things. Also, Zycanander, thank you for the Twitch Prime subscription. Appreciate that, and more. You guys are freaking awesome. So much freaking support today, and we haven't even really gotten started with the likes of the sort of stream and all that sort of stuff. But you guys are freaking great. I just want to sort of real quick before we get started with everything. I do want to thank each and every one of you guys as the amount of people and the amount of support that we've had on the likes of Twitch, YouTube, and everything. It's been ridiculous. We've had so many people just coming on in, just immediately sort of diving into the likes of all the PA culture and more, whether it's like just joining in, hopping into the chats, voice chats especially, general chats, looking at homebrew, friggin' looking at all the World Anvil stuff. It's been insane. I remember like literally only 3 days ago, like no joke, 3 days ago, we only had 700 people in the Discord, and now, and counting, on January 6th, 2023, we have a total of, hold on, I gotta look at the menu or members count. We're at 1,778 members. 1,778 members. That means 1,000 people joined within the past couple of days, and that's because of you guys. You guys are freaking crazy. I love it. We love to see it. But now, I think what we should probably do is we should probably get into the likes of everything and get started with what you guys came here for. As you all know that we're only going to be live for about an hour and some change. So let's jump straight into the likes of this little Q&A. Now, basically what this is going to work is I'm going to try to answer as many questions as possible, but I'm going to try to prioritize members or subs questions first if I can, if I see it beforehand. Also, I will say, because we have an ad coming in on Twitch side of things, because you know we don't really like Twitch and all that stuff, but you didn't hear that from me. We're gonna, if you don't want to deal with any ads, check to see if you have a Twitch Prime sub. Just use it, it's completely free, and you don't have to worry about getting interrupted or maybe having your question get missed by some stupid ads or whatever, right? But don't do it if you don't have any, if you don't want to. Perfectly fine with me. Do it only if you want. All right, y'all. Let's do this. So Sly Fox, welcome to the stream. Welcome. Skeleton, how's it going? Hey, game. So if I may ask you a question, what's your faction or favorite class, subclass in D&D? My favorite class is it's a toss-up between the likes of spellcaster. It's definitely the sorcerer. A lot of people actually don't really care for sorcerer, but I love it because it's actually a little bit more difficult than a lot more D&D classes in general. And I love the addition of sorcery points. It's just a new little mechanic that you get to balance on and really opens up the game a lot further. For martial classes, it's actually the blood hunter, because just like the sorcerer, it's a little bit more different where you're kind of having to balance the likes of what do you call it, martial, or more so balancing your own sort of health and hit points, as well as being able to do a lot more damage and figure out what's the best sort of, you know, risk for reward, right? All right, let's continue on. Also, Sensei, you had me laughing last stream. You called me Rooney. Oh my god. Yeah, I probably called you Rooney by accident, but it's Runny. Thank you, Artemis Bane, for the follow over on Twitch. Appreciate you. That's insane. Congrats. Also, speaking of which, Sly, we actually just recently hit a huge milestone over somewhere else. I'm gonna see if I can like show you guys on my screen. It probably won't come up, but if you take a look, can you see it? Come on, focus. I can't see it. That's fine. But essentially, we hit 10,000 followers over on the likes of TikTok. 10,000 followers. So that's all because of you guys and more. You guys are freaking crazy. Also, Fat Ass Ninja, I saw you over on the likes of in the Discord. Appreciate you for joining on in and being a part of the community. And Phil, I also saw you over on Chaotic and Writer's stream the other day. So welcome, my friend. Let's answer a question over on YouTube. I am the cleric, says, how will you know if you've been selected to participate in Aurora? How do you contact people you've chosen? You're gonna receive a direct message on Discord. That's the only way we are able to sort of contact you. So we've had it in the past where people will leave the Discord and stuff. They like apply, they leave the Discord, and then we'll try to hit them up and they're just gone. And it's like, well, sucks to be you. You can't be in the game. So yes, make sure to stay in the Discord and more. And also, I do want to actually stress this, as there's obviously like only a limited amount of space and room in the likes of this portion of the project. So we're going to be choosing, I believe 75 players. Went up from 25 to 75, but that is the absolute maximum. It's not going up more than that for this sort of chapter. Let me explain. Even though it's going to be 75 people now, it's going to eventually expand all the way up to eventually 615 people in the far, far future. We're going to be adding more and more people over time as we're able to hire more dungeon masters and all that sort of craziness, right? But I recommend that even if you don't necessarily get accepted in the likes of this sort of go around, I recommend that you stay in the Discord. Now, I know a lot of people aren't going to listen to me and they're going to be like, right? Sim talk or whatever, sim speech. And they're going to leave the Discord, and then who knows, they actually probably were the person second in line or whatever to get accepted. So I do recommend that you actually stay in the Discord and continue being a part of the community. Because like I said before, if you've ever watched the video over on YouTube, I mentioned that, hey, the more active you're in the community and all that sort of stuff, then the higher chance you're gonna actually be able to get into a game eventually, whether it's in the Westmarches, whether it's in another, like just one of the campaign sort of games, the ones that everybody really wants to be into, the campaign games, then yeah, you got to stay in the Discord for that stuff. So if you leave, hey, I'm not gonna force you. I'm not gonna be like, give me your fucking money. You better stay in the goddamn Discord, I'll kill you. No, I'm not gonna do that. Like, if you want to leave, by all means, do so. But if you want to be in a PA game, your chances of if you leave, then your chances go from like, you know, a decent chance to literally zero, right? So it is what it is. Chaotic and Rider also, they also mentioned something. Also, people stay active. We open up bandwidth for more games, more one shots, etc. Exactly, because we can have more dungeon masters, which means we can have more players, which means we can have more games. Exactly like that. So hopefully that makes sense. So Geek, thank you for the follow. Fat Ass Ninja, thank you for the subs or T1 sub over on Twitch. Thank you. Snow Spartan, thank you for the follow. Showcase, thank you for the 10 bits. Appreciate you. All right, let's look over on the. Let's try to answer a question. Okay, so we got a question from Fernando, a member over on YouTube. What is your favorite homebrew subclass or race in Aurora? I'm gonna go with my favorite homebrew race, and that is the Oculi. I wanted it worked out exactly how I wanted. Also, Stony Spartan, thank you for the 200 bitterinos. Appreciate you. That's freaking awesome. Thank you so much for the support. But going back to what I was saying, Fernando, so when it came to the Oculi race, you guys can find it on the World Anvil. Moderators, can someone link the World Anvil for me? But originally I was trying to find something or find a way to kind of make I don't know, just find a way to make the human race, like that sort of playable race, a little bit more interesting. It wasn't necessarily that it was mechanically bad, not by any means. It was more so just wasn't that. I mean, in a world where there's like tieflings, there's freaking dragonborns that can breathe fire, there's freaking, you can play a goddamn turtle or whatever. Like being a human, it can be really fun to be kind of average in the likes of a game. But I was like, what if we had an option? I don't want to replace human, I want to make an option for human. And I added a little bit of backstory when it came to like choosing a feat, like why your character has that specific feat and all that sort of stuff. And the community has loved it. There's been so many Oculis and people that actually really enjoy playing a humanoid type race like that, and it's been great to see. So that's probably my favorite homebrew race for sure. Reigns was saying over on YouTube, I was trying to get to everything. Reigns was saying, I saw two different ways to sign up for Aurora. The one in the DC and the form on TikTok. Are they different anyway? Yes, Reigns, they are different. So there are 3 applications that you can sort of sign up with. You can, I take offense to the humans are based. Oh man. But essentially there is the player application that everybody pretty much knows about. There is the Dungeon Master application. And there is the Lore Keeper application, all that stuff, right? So, also real quick. Gotcha. Also keep in mind, do not or for people, I see a bunch of people sort of doing it, please do not sort of message me over on Discord. That is against the rules and that is a bannable offense. Do not do it. Do not, I repeat, do not do that. we don't want anybody being banned by accidentally breaking the rules and not necessarily knowing. Come on guys, we got this. Let's scroll up. Let's answer a question over on Twitch. What we got? Also, we got a hype train closing in. Geek in Nerd Clothing, thank you for the Twitch Prime sub. Thank you so much. Guys, we're almost really close to the follower goal just off of that. Holy crap, you guys are freaking insane. Zykonander says, what about the new legal changes that WotC is pushing? Do you think it's going to affect your game? No, because we're doing D&D 5e. The Discord is pretty chill. Yeah, it's been chaotic. I'd say it's not chill. I think it's chaotic. And I love it though. I love it. A hype train just started. Thank you, Copes, for the T1 sub. Holy shit. You guys are freaking going crazy. So much support today. Good stuff, everybody. Oh my gosh. Let's see how far we can take it. Everybody, Aurorans, grab your swords, your shields, and your spears. I don't think you understand me. I said, God damn, hopefully this works.
Aurorans, grab your swords, your shields, and your staffs, for the time for battle is now. The hype train is rolling, and will you step on, or will you be left in the wind? The choice is yours, my friend. So, let's see what you've got.
Oh man, thank you so much for oh my god, Trauma or Tramu, I'm probably got your name wrong, but thank you for the follow and thank you for the Twitch Prime sub. You are freaking super awesome. Let's see if we can answer another question. Runny says, are there going to be plans for more large action events? When I say that, like maybe something like a large battlefield involving everyone, DM's characters, maybe even some strongholds or something. Oh yeah, I mean, I assume there's always going to be like it's going to be some room for some world events like raid bosses and all that stuff. If I do decide to DM for like one of the continents and all that stuff, then I 100% will probably like see if we can organize some raid of some sort in some capacity. I've done it before and I'm down to do it again, you know. Now whether that'll be a guarantee for other continents, I have no idea. I more so have to teach a lot of the dungeon masters like raid boss mechanics and all that stuff, so I can't really promise that. But for sure, if I'm running it something, then yeah, you can expect it. Roller, thank you for the Twitch Prime sub, gifting it to L2S. Copes, thank you for giving out 3 community subs. Holy shit, Copes, you're going freaking crazy. We actually just freaking smashed the likes of the subscriber goal. Let's see if we can smash the likes of the follower goal next. Holy crap, so much good love. Level 2 is complete.
But can we hit level 3?
All right, let's look over on YouTube, see if we can get some questions over there. So YouTube, also, if you guys are trying to get your question asked, I highly recommend heading over to YouTube, as YouTube is actually where there's not that many people right now, and you have a higher chance of getting your question answered over there, just from, you know, ratio from how many people, you know. Someone, here, I'll do the YouTube link. YouTube, there you go. All right, no questions on YouTube unless, yeah, no questions on YouTube. All right, we can just answer over on Twitch. If anybody wants to just go snag that YouTube spot, go for it. All right, let's see what we got for the Twitch side of things. Any questions? Any questions? Or Liam Tang says, if we can't get into the campaign but like the idea of what you're doing, is there a Patreon or something to support the goals? Would love to help hiring more DMs. Yes. Okay, I'm actually glad. I was actually going to save this a little bit towards the end and more. So I'll just mention it more so because it's relevant, but that's really it. I was going to plan on sort of mentioning all that sort of stuff to the end. Right. But I do want to say, while you guys are here, so yes, when it comes to Project Aurora and all that sort of stuff, when it comes to getting all this stuff, like getting set up, besides like anybody just willing to sort of, you know, contribute and all that, this is really just coming out of my pocket, more so, like when it comes to like getting everything started, right, before we are able to sort of get people into the games and all that sort of stuff. I got to pay for everything up front by myself. So because of that, I mean, I don't want to do like a whole little sob story and all that stuff, but I really don't like doing that, or it's not me. It's not really me, right? But hey, if you do really want to help support, like, because I'm in college and all that stuff, trying to figure out a way how to pay for classes, pay for rent, because I live by myself and all that stuff, then hey, the best way to do it is through the likes of the Patreon. Now, why would you want to sub to the Patreon? Why would you want to pledge and all that stuff? You're not just giving me money just to support. We don't do that around here. What you could, or what we will be doing for the likes of the Patreon and such, is we will be giving out a lot of sort of awesome sort of things that I have in the works. Now, some of this stuff is going to take a little bit of time to sort of get started, right? Oh wait, excuse me, not that Patreon, this one. The Vote and Fables Patreon is what we're sort of going to be using. I'll post this over on YouTube side of things as well. But so what we're going to be trying to do is we're going to be giving you guys a lot of stuff from, hopefully in the plans is we're going to be trying to get art for NPC tokens. So for any of you dungeon masters there who like love NPCs and you need a little bit of art that's kind of, you know, your stuff that you're kind of allowed to use in your own games or whatever, we're going to be trying to give that out and more eventually. We're going to be giving out the likes of the homebrew subclasses and races so you can use it in your own games and more. Also for dungeon masters who love battle maps and all that sort of craziness, that's something that we're going to be looking into for the future at some point. But again, I have to figure out a way to more so be able to front load those costs and then get into that later, right? For also other people who more so are players or you're just kind of interested in just joining in with everything, we're going to be with the artist sort of team. We're going to be hiring an artist or a bunch of artists and stuff from the Discord, and I'm looking to possibly have just posters. Freaking, I'm talking like, whether it's like player posters and campaign posters, I'm talking more of like landscape posters that you can eventually hang up in the likes of your room, or even have it as a desktop background of all the differing settings and stuff of Aurora and more. That's what I'm looking to have eventually. But again, we gotta sort of, it's more so we gotta wait, and we gotta wait to kind of get that all set up, because I can't really, one, I don't want to like overwhelm myself with a lot of stuff. We want to make sure that we get things right and we don't like jump too far into the likes of everything and get overwhelmed like we did last time when we tried something similar of this nature, you know. We wanted to take things as one step at a time, right? But again, that's not really a thing until we're able to sort of get that stuff settled with financially and all that. So hey, if you want to see any of that stuff become a reality, if you want to see campaigns, trailers, if you want to see like a freaking anime opening of the likes of the entirety of Project Aurora that we've been saying that we wanted to get done for, I think, about a year or two now. If you want to see all that stupid stuff become a reality and just really be able to show that, or be able to really support Project Aurora and make sure that it gets off of the ground running, or if you want to make sure that it is continued to be supported throughout the years, Patreon is the best way to do it. Now, I'll drop the Patreon one more time. Again, don't feel obligated to pledge to it at all. Please don't. Only do it if you can, and again, it's completely optional. All right, that's all I want to say about that. So let's continue on and let's start asking or answering some good questions. Let's see. So Jamie over on YouTube says, will each planet have their own BBG? Yes, actually they will. But yes and no. So they will have their own BBEG. Well, more so, let's think a little smaller. So instead of planet, each continent will have their own set of BBEGs. But just as a hint, there may be a force that might be a big bad across all of the continents and maybe all of the planets. If you want to know more, I recommend that you watch the Soulbound series, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. But that's all I will say about that. Let's go to the Twitch side of things. Sly Fox, will there be a list of approved homebrew classes and races? Yes, they're on the World Anvil right now, and we're going to be adding more soon. Rains over on YouTube says, so the player application form that is linked on TikTok and the looking for game channel are different. Yes, actually, yes. This is actually a great, fantastic question. I'm super glad someone mentioned this. So the looking for game chat in the Discord is something completely different. That is for if you're just trying to get into a game in Project or like one of the campaigns or just in general. It's more so like it's not specifically for the Westmarches, it's for just Aurora in general. So even once the Westmarches are done, other dungeon masters, like let's say Dreadlord, Chaotic and Rider, let's say Night Raven, all that stuff, they might look into that channel to pick or players from and add them into their game. So it's just something that you can just do in the meantime, but it's definitely not a guaranteed, right? If you looked at the YouTube video where it said like 4 steps to join Project Aurora are guaranteed, that's one of the good steps or one of the like almost essential steps. But again, it's not for the Westmarches. Keep in mind. All right, let's see what we got. Let me get a drink of water. Everybody, chat, listen up. Time to hydrate. If you haven't hydrated, if you haven't gotten water, go get some now. All right, let's see what we got. Let's see if we can do a question from YouTube. Do you have a favorite part of Aurora lore? Says Fernando on YouTube. Favorite part of Aurora lore? That's a good question. I mean, I think Dendar, the whole Jormungandr sort of plot line, I think it's pretty freaking sick. I think it's pretty cool. I would probably, I don't know. Dang, there's just so much to choose from. There's like all of Voden's lore and all that stuff, right? I would just say Voden. I mean, I know it's dumb and it's kind of a cop-out answer, but I would say Voden as a whole, like that whole setting and series, is just really, really cool. Because a lot of the time when it came to being a DM, I never really touted myself as being a world-building DM, right? I more so just focus on the adventures and stuff, and I would kind of just improv a lot of stuff as we go. But for Voden, I wanted to make a setting that I knew from the back of my head, like the back of my hand and all that sort of stuff, right? And just really, really flesh it out and make it super cool and interesting, but also make it more of a mystery-filled sort of adventure where you're kind of piecing things together, kind of like Attack on Titan, right? Sort of that. And it's been working so far. I've really enjoyed running Voden, running Soulbound, Voden Fables, all that stuff. So I would say just that whole setting as a whole is probably my favorite. Last thing we're gonna answer on YouTube over here. If you get chosen for the campaign, but let's say you don't have the best mic quality or video quality, would there be a chance of you not getting picked? No. Why would that be a thing? I mean, everybody has, like, it's 2023, you know? Everybody has differing setups based off of their own circumstances and all that stuff. Yeah, like, I don't think that would ever be a case, right? Let's answer something over on Twitch. Geek in Nerd Clothing. Would you be okay with the DMs that are part of the project bringing in old PCs and using them as minor bosses, key characters to help further the story or whatever? You'd be okay with DMs that are part of the project bringing in old PCs and using them as minor bosses? Yeah, I wouldn't see a reason why they wouldn't be able to. That sounds awesome. I do that all the time. I bring in my old player characters and I just turn them into minor bosses all the time. Question, I see somebody over on Twitch. Question, I don't feel comfortable DMing right now, but will there be an opportunity for it in the future to apply? Yes, there will. El Putis. What is the most creative thing you've seen someone do in the Auroraverse so far? I wouldn't say this is the most, but this is one. My good friend Finn, LSI, is a fantastic artist. Go check him out and such. He was playing Olaf Skullpattern, who was this dwarven bard and such. Or not bard, he was actually... Yeah, he was bard, okay. I always wonder, like, is he a fighter, is he a bard? He looked like a fighter, but he was a bard. And whenever he casted, like, bardic inspiration, he would, like, do little poems and sea shanties and all that sort of stuff. And he'd recite it, like, live during the game. And it was just awesome. I just love that type of stuff when people really get into character. That's just one of my favorite things. Let's answer something on YouTube. YouTube, Anna King says, is it being run in Foundry or another VTT? Foundry VTT is what we're running with. Question from Grape over on Twitch. Will you be with the same DM for the campaign? Depends on what you mean by that, but I'll try to answer it the best I can. So, how do I explain this? Will you be with the same DM for the campaign? So no, because it's a Westmarches game, you're going to be swapping DMs and player groups consistently, but you're only going to be swapping between those five DMs and those 25 players, right? So it's only going to be, you're going to be kind of in that little sector or that little group in that continent, right? But no more than that. And eventually over time, like after a couple of weeks, and if you're really getting into it, if you're really getting into the Westmarches type stuff, like how you kind of really should, or to get the best experience, then by like a week or so, if you're hanging out in chats, then you're gonna be like good or well acquainted with all the people in it. I'm speaking from experience because Soulbound has started off with like what, 25 players, and then myself, and before the game even got started, we were already a big happy little family. I think after a couple of events, like about a couple of months afterwards, when things started getting more interconnected, that's when things really started going for like the better, and like really becoming like real personal and stuff like that. But yeah, like it's only gonna take a couple of weeks or a month or so. Like chat, if there's any like Chaotic and Writer showcase, anybody, any of the Soulbound peeps in YouTube or Twitch chats, say hi or whatever. If you agree this sort of happened, then vouch for it. Say so in chat. Gare Bear over on YouTube says, on average, how long does an Auroraverse campaign last? It depends on the scope. You know, there's no real answer for it, because some of them can kind of last for years, others can last for like a couple of weeks. It's too hard to tell. Twitch over here, Project Kin says, I'm here and a little shy. I have a quick question. Yeah, no problem. Is there a set date on when this will start up, or is it up in the air right now? Yes, here, I wrote this down. All right, let me show you all what I got. So, well, no thing. Don't try to like freeze the freaking thing. You won't find anything. My handwriting's garbage. Don't try it. So, January 8th, we have the likes of the DM applications are going to close. So that's going to be in 2 days from now, right? January 15th, all DM interviews and all that stuff should be over by then, hopefully, if everything goes well. January 17th, player applications are going to close and all that stuff. And by January 17th, all the DMs are going to be added to Aurora, Discord, or whatever, all that stuff. January 22nd, we're going to be looking to have all the players selected, hopefully. January 29th, we're going to have all session zeros done, because we got to have session zeros. And hopefully, but doubtedly, February 1st, we'll maybe have the first game go live and all that. So that's what we're looking for. It may be a little bit after February 1st, but that's fine. That's roughly what we're kind of trying to strive for. Now, whether we hit it, I'm gonna try to make sure as much as I can that we hit it. All right, let's see what we got. Let's go to YouTube. Any YouTube questions? Let's see. Atia, is there a certain order to reading the lore, watching old campaigns? All right, you're gonna want to clip this, or you're gonna want to come back to this. I'm gonna try to give you all the campaigns in order, chronologically, but also this is only in the sense of like things that were streamed, right? And the VODs are still somewhere. Okay, so I believe it was the oldest sort of game that was streamed. You're gonna watch Shadows over Siglasia over on Chaotic and Writer's channel. Matt, if you can post your channel link, or Mod, if you guys can post the channel link somewhere on YouTube and Twitch, that'd be great. We're gonna go check out that. Afterwards, you're probably going to want to go check out, I guess the Soulbound series at that point. Yeah. After that, you're gonna want to check out the likes of the Soulbound series from you're gonna actually want to start off with the likes of Sands of Sin. Sands of Sin is the next one chronologically. After that, now Sands of Sin I never uploaded all the VODs, but you'll still get the general idea. Afterwards, you're going to want to watch the likes of either one of 4 campaigns. They're all happening, these 4 campaigns right here, they're all happening at the exact same time, so you can just pick and choose whichever one you want. We have the likes of the Valley of Dreams game. We have Secrets in the Sands. So Valley of Dreams and Secrets in the Sands. We have the likes of Rime the Frostmaid, which eventually turns into Seven Souls. And we have the likes of the Descent, right? So any of these 4 campaigns, you're going to want to watch and you'll get caught up. Past that, you're gonna go to Tales of Siglasia, and you can kind of watch that as you're kind of going, because again, a lot of these campaigns are going on at the exact same time, so it's really hard to say like a chronological order. But after you get caught up with that, then you're gonna start watching the likes of any of the Vote and Fable games, and then these little mini campaigns that I'm running right now, like Greed of Garthanon, Jaded Jungles, and Trials of Passage, right? So, do I recommend you watch all of the campaigns from the past? No, absolutely not. But if you really, really want to, and you got, like, if you want to really dive head first into the lore, then by all means, go for it. I do recommend that if you watch any campaign, I would recommend that you watch Shadows over Siglasia and Tales of Siglasia, because Matt does an awesome job at DMing those games, and they're in a shorter sort of fashion where they're a lot more digestible than Soulbound, which is 40 sessions long for 4 different campaigns, right? So highly recommend that. And I also recommend watching the little mini campaigns that I'm running right now of Trials of Passage, Jaded Jungles, and Greed of Garthanon. The Real Wookie, thank you for the Twitch Prime sub. I appreciate that. Holy crap, thank you so much. Also, Il Bacaro, thank you for the follow over on Twitch. I'm trying to thank all the follows and stuff as much as I really can. I'm trying, y'all. I'm trying. Oh, man. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, we gotta answer a question over on Twitch. Let's answer. Okay, Grape Sloth. We have friends that want to join after selection. Could you bring them in as a priority? Sadly, not. It would be too difficult to kind of manage. It'd be a logistical nightmare. As much as I would love for that to happen, you know, as much as I really would. Also, Chaotic and Ryder coming in with the 200 Bitterinos. Thank you so much. Holy crap! Thank you. It seems that you and Stony Spartan, you guys are in a battle for the ages on who can give him as many bits. A special shout out to you. Stony Spartan coming in with 300. You guys are freaking nuts. You guys are trying to start another hype train already. Thank you so much, Stony Spartan. Thank you. Skeleton Hater, what's the most interesting NPC you've seen in this universe? The Sewer King. I love the Sewer King. He's my favorite sort of NPC. I can't do his voice right now, but yeah, he's basically a giant trash monster, a Toyug, and he's kind of based off of Tom Kench from League of Legends. And he's actually just a lawful good guy. He's just a trash man or a janitor in the sewers. It's great. I love the Sewer King. Oh man. Let's go answer something over on Twitch. What is the West March exactly? I just joined yesterday. I want to get to know everything. So your best bet to kind of understand a West March is probably go to, what do you call it? Matt Colville's channel and look it up. He does a way better job at explaining it than I can. But TLDR and Showcase and Sly Fox, thank you for the 500 bits from Showcase. And thank you, Sly Fox, with the likes of the 10 bits. Holy crap, thank you so much. Thank you. But yeah, for West Marches, the main TLDR that you kind of need to know is that essentially there's multiple dungeon masters, there's multiple players and all that stuff. There's not necessarily a set cast of players that are going from week to week to week, but essentially the players will come up with things that they want to do, like quests that they want to come up with, to mainly explore the world in this sort of frontier-like setting, right? And it could be a case of like the players get together and they're like, oh shoot, I want to go explore that mountain. And they make and the dungeon master goes to make a quest where they go explore the mountain, right? And then, oh, it turns out that mountain had a bunch of goblins and orcs that were warring over each other. Well, some of the players want to go talk to the orcs, and a couple other players want to go play with or go talk to the goblins and stuff like that, right? So then the dungeon masters split up, and one dungeon master runs one thing, the other dungeon master runs the other thing, and it just sort of keeps going and going and going and becomes more so like emergent gameplay. Also, I want to give a special shout out to the likes of Fat Ass Ninja for the 500 bits. Holy god damn! Sly Fox also, thank you for the 21 bits. Holy shit, you guys are going crazy. You guys are going absolutely wild and bananas. Going crazy. Thank you guys so much. That's about to make me freaking cry. Oh my god. Jerome, hi, I'm new. How are you? I'm doing great. Doing fantastic. Glad that you could sort of stop on by for the likes of the little Q&A and such. Freaking awesome to have you. Awesome to have you. Let's answer something over on YouTube. And let's do this. So El Putis says, who's your favorite NPC to play as or voice in your campaign? Same thing, the Sewer King. The same with the voice and same thing to play. I love talking with him. Electra Robin over on YouTube. I think this is a stupid question, but just to clarify, if your character dies, would you make a new one or would someone else take your place? Also, loving the stream. Thank you so much. Well, if, you know, you end up dying and stuff, well, then
You get kicked out of Project Aurora, and immediately someone takes your space, and then they send an assassin to kill you in your sleep.
no, I'm just kidding. No, you just make another character. No, you just make another character and such. Not a stupid question. We actually got asked that multiple times before, so you're not alone with that. But yeah, you just make another one. All right. Let's see. Let's answer something on Twitch. Geek in nerd clothing. What's the cantrip that you'd like to be able to use IRL? Probably prestidigitation. I think that's a given, right? I think prestidigitation is the best one, right? Yeah, I think prestidigitation. I don't know whichever other one that would probably be better than that one, to be honest. You could be a street wizard, in real life. You can clean stuff, like snap your fingers like Thanos. You could make fire. I don't know what I would need to make fire for, but it sounds cool. Oh man. Question over from Twitch. Ilbacaro, will the DMs be communicating live during the games just in case? So if two groups unlikely chose the same path, they'll cross over. So running a Westmarches or running like these sort of crossover related stuff, from my experience, it never has really been an issue, and all the dungeon masters are kind of on the same page. And especially when it comes to more so like this quest-based system, all the dungeon masters will be kind of aware of what's going on anyways. So if it does happen, the dungeon masters will be ready, and it's just not really. It's just such an unlikely scenario where they wouldn't be ready for that. Like, good question, great question actually. Mending a great one. Oh yeah, great. Oh, mending would be good. You could make freaking bank from being a handyman, like Stony Spartan was saying. Holy crap, yeah, you'd be the best handyman known to freaking man, yeah. Will there be any banned feats like Lucky? Yeah, most likely. Lucky is probably going to be banned. They'll probably, like all the halfling luck stuff, not halfling luck like the ability, but more so like those feats and stuff will probably be banned. We're going to have a list of rules and all that stuff that's going to be like known to you guys, right? Artemis over on Twitch says, can rangers get homebrewed pets? I don't see why not, as long as it makes sense. It's not like a Furby. Unless you're No Man. If you're No Man, you can have a Furby as a pet. Someone clip that and send that to No Man. If you want to play in this game, and if you want to have a Furby as your animal companion as a ranger or a druid, by all means, you have Sensei Suplex's approval. But only her. Oh man. Fernando says, what level would players be starting at? Oh, that's a good question. I actually didn't think about that. Probably level 1 or level 3. One or the other. I don't know. Yeah, never really thought about that, huh? That's a good question, actually. Huh. So with my Westmarches, I kind of gave the choice of like, you can either start between level 1, 2, or 3. It's really up to you. But yeah, I'm gonna have to talk to the dungeon masters. We'll see. We'll probably do level 3 because just people love level 3 anyways. I like level 1 more so for the exploration aspects and really being able to like grow your character and all that stuff. But hey, I don't know. I don't know right now. Probably level 3, realistically. What's the standing on Spelljammer races? We don't use Hadazi because we already have Hanu and stuff like that, and I don't like Hadazi's lore is stupid. Not getting into that. But we have Hanus and they're cooler and freaking better. They're Sun Wukong monkeys. We love that shit. Who doesn't want to be Sun Wukong? But yeah, we have those, and then probably like this isn't Spelljammer, but the fairy race from D&D. That's banned because we have our own, being the Pixie and the Sprite, which is actually the first tiny race that we have in PA. But yeah, I don't know too much about the Spelljammer stuff. It probably will be allowed, I imagine. What method of stats rolling do you do? We don't roll. We're probably not going to be rolling stats. We're going to use the Aurora arrays. So we have 3 specific arrays that we have that players can choose from, and whenever you're making a character, that way everybody's kind of like balanced on the same playing field, you know. Let's see if we got any questions over on YouTube. Milestone or XP leveling? We're gonna probably take the Vote and Fables route of leveling. It's kind of like a mix between milestone and XP. More so, the more sessions that you play, the more XP that you get. AKA, once you play in a certain amount of sessions and stuff like that, then you're gonna level up, right? So like, let's say if you played in 4 sessions, then you level up, right? That's not exactly officially how it works, but you play in 4 sessions, you level up. Okay, now you gotta play in 5 sessions. All right, you level up to the next thing. And then you play 6 sessions, then you level up to the next thing, blah, 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 blah. That's not confirmed, but that's just probably how it will most likely be. So take that with a grain of salt. Question from Twitch. Geek and Nerd Clothing. Are there going to be milestone XP? Just answered that. Caro says, how much backstory would you prefer the people to write before standing, like a basic idea or something more in depth? Basic idea. I highly, like, I strongly doubt. I strongly doubt that there are going to be like entire quests based around people's backstories and stuff like that. Like, I know, like, it's typically in typical D&D campaigns where it's like 5 people and it's very, very much an intimate experience. Then yes, you can go on the quest line for Caleb Widowgas and go look into the Wizards Assembly and stuff like that. You know, that makes sense. But in a scale where it's 25 players, it's 5 different dungeon masters, the chances of that really happening are very, very slim, unless the players actively want it. And more so as a whole, it's like a case where, okay, maybe your character's like a paladin of a sun god, and you guys run into a faction who worships said sun god. So maybe all the players are going to grab your paladin and start taking you over to this place, so then you can talk to them or talk them down or whatever. Does that make sense? Hopefully that does. But so you don't really need to have like really much of an in-depth backstory. Like a very, very basic amount of stuff, if even anything, is fine. Jay going crazy. XP milestone, most likely milestone in a way. Squig over on YouTube, is player selection only happening after the application window is closing? Also loving the stream. You bring great vibes, man. Yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Super nice, man. Look at you guys, freaking awesome people. Yes, application. Once the application window is closed, then we're gonna start picking players. It's gonna be a lot to go through. Project Kins over on Twitch. Are you gonna allow Unearthed Arcana UA? Nah, we don't really allow UA because most of the time it's just broken for the sake of being broken and testing. We have our own little bit of PA homebrew, so it's like you won't ever need it. William with the super chat. God damn. Happy 2023. I'm still getting used to D&D and role playing. I'm not extremely comfortable having my sessions broadcast on streams yet though. Well, hey, that's perfectly fine. Do whatever you're comfortable with. I've always said when it comes to D&D, if you ever want to win D&D, there's only 2 things you got to do. You got to make sure you're comfortable, and you also got to make sure that you're having fun. If you're comfortable to express yourself and more, and everybody else at the game table is comfortable, then you're going to be able to have fun and more. So same sort of thing when it comes to streaming sessions and all that stuff. Just make sure you're comfortable and okay with it, right? But yeah, thank you so much for that awesome little comment. William says, do you guys got options to be part of the main lore without being broadcasted? I don't think not every single stream or not every game will be streamed. I don't think. I would like every game to be streamed. That's a big plan in the future, but it's not a guarantee, you know. It's not a guarantee. Taking time, Bob. Hey, what's up, Bob? Actually, Bob plays in the Thursday game, Greeta Garthanon. So if you haven't checked it out, be sure to check out Bob as he plays Bushi. He's a freaking badass hobgoblin samurai. And he actually plays the Project Aurora homebrew subclass, the Order of the Yokai Spirit. It's freaking sick. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. I like the rework that we got for it right now. But Ticking Time Bob says, do you have a target date for launching this Westmarches project? Yeah, I answered it earlier. We're looking to get it started in February, like early February, like if not the 1st. Hopefully, but I don't know. The Real Wookie. I've accumulated a fair amount of homebrew books from Kickstarter and such. Is that going to be allowed? Sadly not. We're only going to be using PA homebrew. Only PA homebrew. It would be too much of a vetting process and again, it would be a logistical nightmare to try to like take everybody's homebrew from different stuff, try to make it canonized and lore and all that stuff. But even though that is the case, like Chaotic Narrator was saying, there are times and occasions where we actually might get ideas and we'll let people sort of pitch ideas for homebrew, and it gets added into the likes of the lore and more. So just because maybe an immediate no doesn't mean it won't be an eventual yes. All right, let's see what we got. Let's look at a question from YouTube. YouTube. Working on RP skills by Critical Role yet? Fair enough. William says, no, I already read that. Yeah, no questions on YouTube. Yeah, no questions on YouTube. So hey, if you got any questions on YouTube, that's a free way to get a question answered besides going through Twitch. Here, I'm gonna drop the link over there if you want to jump on over. Let's go. Is there any Maddie Bo over on Twitch? Also, what's up, Maddie? Welcome to the stream. Also, Maddie is one of our dungeon masters from the likes of PA, so a special shout out to them. They're actually getting ready to, they actually stream, I believe, their games and more. So is there any subclasses or classes that will be prohibited? I don't think subclasses or classes are going to be prohibited as long as they're official. I don't think there would be a reason why they'd be not allowed. Jerome says, I love how you DM and work with the community. Wish that more people could do that. So far, I'm having so much fun. Hell yeah, that's all I really cared about. I was really worried when it came to PA that a lot of people wouldn't have that much fun because just so many people, it's just too overwhelming and stuff. But just hearing that someone's having fun, that means the world to me, truly. Truly, truly, truly. David Keen, yo, and also I love that name. How active are you looking for players to be throughout the campaign? Once a week or more? Well, with the Westmarches, you can be as active as you want. I mean, out of respect, the more active you are, the better. Because you know, I don't want to make anybody feel bad, but think about it this way. Like, look, guys, look. All right, let's have a heart to heart real quick. I want to make sure. So one thing that I really want to stress is I want to stress clarity and I want to stress like honesty, right? So we're gonna pull up the Google Forms for a second. I want to show you exactly how many people have signed up for this or for each role. I just want to show you live and in person. Okay, let's swap over scenes. Hold on, let me full screen so I don't dox myself. All right, let's do this. Okay, so if you look over for the Project Aurora Lorekeeper application, 7 people. I can count that on my hand. 7 people applied, right? 7 people, you know? So let's look over towards the Dungeon Master application, right? And that is 41 people have applied to Dungeon Masters, you know? 41 people, that's a lot. It's a lot. I can't count that on my hands. I can't count that on my hands and my toes combined, you know? Let's go to players for 1 second. 1 second. And then I need you guys to look at this. You see that number? That is 1,106 players. 1,106 players. So that is a goddamn lot. you know, I don't think anybody is really super surprised, but goddamn, you know. So as I was mentioning before, I don't want you to just sort of look at this number and just be like, well, there goes my fucking chances, Sensei. God damn it, my freaking chances are ruined. Fuck, I hate everything. You know, you just start flipping stuff, right? I don't want you to do that. Here's why. Let's break it down. I want it to be known that we're going to try our best to get as many people into likes the games and all that sort of stuff. And we're going to try to like get the best players for the best table and all that sort of stuff. We really are. We're going to try our best. But one thing is that we're human. We're human. We're just trying to do something awesome and be able to open up a lot of avenues and stuff for the likes of people and such, right? We really do. And that being said, even if you're not necessarily in the likes of the games and all that stuff, if you stay and you're able to support the likes of Project Aurora in any way, shape, or form, you're going to be able to be a part of this sort of project in any way, shape, or form. Because the thing about PA is that it doesn't really, you're not just leaving, even if you're just not necessarily in a game, that doesn't mean you can't leave your mark on PA. You can leave your mark by a multitude of ways. Specifically, everybody in the likes of PA, when it comes to world building streams, when it comes to the likes of being in chat and being able to give out inspiration, being able to change the weather, being able to make gods and all that sort of stuff, everybody can leave their mark in their own specific way, whether they're in a game or not. But the more support, the more community members that we have, the more active we have people, the more chances we'll be able to recruit more dungeon masters, to be able to get more players, to be able to get more games, to give you more chances to be able to get in. But if we don't have a community, if everybody, you know, if we choose all these players and then everybody bounces out and leaves, then I mean, sure, those 75 players and those dungeon masters will be happy, but we won't be able to do the chances of anybody else being able to be a part of the dungeon or a project or being able to be a player in this game or be able to leave their mark and just be able to be a part of something freaking awesome, the chances of that significantly go lower. So I mean, hey, like I said before earlier in the stream, I'm not gonna like hold you, I'm not gonna judge you, I'm not gonna get mad at you or anything like that if you guys decide to leave, if you don't get picked. I'm not. But if you really want to see this happen, if you really want to see something great and just be able to help spirit forward, then hey, you're in the right spot. Be a part of the community, be active, be in the streams, be in the Discord community, be in general chat, hang out with people, get to know people, become friends, be able to like. All right, chat. I don't like going on tangents, but actually no, I do like going on tangents. But let me. Story time. So when I've said this before, and like a lot of when it comes to Project Aurora, like we started this however many years ago, and I truly do mean that a lot of the people that I've met in the likes of this Discord are truly one of my bestest friends, like my second family, you know. Like we've had, I'm not going to name drop obviously, but we've had people who have met in the Discord for the first time, and eventually they started dating, and now they live together. I'm not joking. That is an actual thing that's happened in this Discord server and community. I've had it where we've been able to just sort of meet random people online just from raiding into them on YouTube, on Twitch. And I asked them to join a PA game. You fast forward a couple of years, we're able to meet up in person and head all across sort of the city, hang out, have a great time, and get to meet each other in person. And it's freaking great. Chaotic and Riders were one of those people where I got to meet them in person after years and stuff like that. They're truly one of my greatest friends, for sure. And I say this because that can be you. If you're a part of the community, if you're active in it, that can be you. You never know. So take it as it is. Take that as it is. And yeah, that's all I will say on that. All right, yo. So I do want to thank real quick, because I was trying to knock it in or stay focused. But Stony Spartan, the 1,105 or 6 bits. Thank you so much, Stony Spartan. You're going crazy. The amount of support from you today has been insane. I never thought it would, like, anything like this would be able to happen. Oh my God, I don't know what to. I'm out of words. I'm at a loss for words. I don't know. You get a salute. You get a salute. Ah, man. Walters, thank you for the follow as well. And Insomnia Night RPG, thank you for the follow. All right. Let's see. Hold on. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything on YouTube. Okay. Let's answer a question on YouTube real quick. We got a couple more minutes for the likes of the live stream. Gare Bear and Friends, in a stream game, do players just stream their perspective if they want to, or is it the more the merrier situation? If they want to. Yeah, if they want to stream their games, they can. As long as everybody else, like everybody in the group, so your player pool and your dungeon master, they're cool with it, then cool. If not, you can't do it. Simple as that. And a King over on YouTube says, for the artist role, what responsibilities does that come with? I'm interested. I don't have an official thing right now for it. I don't. But I can tell you what I was brainstorming, and such. I can tell you what I was brainstorming. Let me look at my plans. Artist. Again, take this with like a freaking Himalayan grain of salt, you know? So I was saying like something along the lines of like doing 3 NPC tokens a month. And that's really it, you know? Just doing like NPC tokens and stuff. Like stuff that's really helpful for the likes of the games, and maybe eventually being able to, like, if this goes crazy for whatever reason, I don't think it will, but I mean, if it does, who knows? Maybe being able to do, or like you get paid enough to where you can kind of be able to do, like, imagine a world, guys. Imagine a world where you sign up for Project Aurora, you have your character idea, you pitch it, and then you submit it, and an artist immediately draws it, and you have your character art before your game session. Imagine a world where that happens. Artists out there, I don't know if this is a dream for you, but imagine a world where you would never have to worry about finding a commission ever again. And you have a steady income, steady pay, and all that stuff. Imagine a world where that was the case. I don't know. I mean, I draw more so casually. I don't draw like for money or anything like that, but as far as I'm aware, that sounds like a freaking awesome to me, but I could be wrong. I'm not a commissioned artist, but you know. I still got my question at the top. Please don't miss it. What question was it? Can you highlight it? We got a lot of questions coming in from everywhere and everyone. I'm trying my best to get it. Okay, I think I see it. Question. I tried to read it for application. But how far into the homebrew can we go for the homebrew application? Or is it just D&D Beyond we need to configure it here? We're not doing any of the Project Aurora staff applications right now, so don't worry about applying to that just yet. We're mainly focused on one project, and then we're gonna look into the other stuff, you know? We don't wanna get overwhelmed with everything, so hold off on Project Aurora staff applications for now. Because we're not picking people up. And those positions aren't being paid. Like, you don't get paid for doing those, that type of stuff. All right. Runny says on Twitch, is there any other way to make an NPC other than Patreon or artists, like maybe using our spirits from stream? I believe so. We'll see if it changes. A lot of that's a good question, but it's more of a question that I'll probably answer once we have the first set of games going and we see what the community sort of temperature is. You know, we want to see what the community vibe is, or what we're going, like how many people stay, what's the community like, and all that stuff, and then we can go into more finalized things. So I know a lot of people are joining from TikTok or YouTube or Twitter or wherever the heck you came from, and they're like, oh shoot, I want to get into the game, but then I'm gonna drop my application, I'm gonna peace out, see ya sucker, later. And you know, and then those people will be very much disappointed because they don't interact with the server, the community, they don't get picked, blah 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 blah, right? And yeah, so I just want to wait till we get this whole thing done first, right? On the YouTube side of things, Lecture Robin, excuse me. How will rolling work? Would you need dice IRL, or would you use D&D Beyond? We're looking to have everything ran through Foundry VTT. Dice, people, all that stuff. Base camps are probably going to be ran through Discord or whatever the DM prefers, but yeah. Plasma Sloth over on YouTube. Are players who get in expected to make a character in lore, or are we allowed to apply HO? I think this means homebrew. You would be playing a character that you create. That's technically homebrew, but the character you create would have to make sense in lore, right? That's kind of a given. Also, I'm gonna throw this little chat thing over here. Actually, no, I got an idea. We're gonna drop this over here. We're gonna drop the alerts or event list over here. Yeah, that's good enough. Okay. Let's answer something on Twitch. Sadly I have to go now, says Reigns, but have a nice rest of your stream. Glad that I joined you all in the journey. Heck yeah, appreciate you for joining on in. Hopefully I'll see you guys overall when we do some D&D games, you know? Hopefully I see you for that as well. Plasma Sloth, are players who get into the campaign expect to make a character completely in universe, or are we allowed to petition for homebrew to be added to the lore? I'd say don't get your hopes up if you try to get it added to the lore and wait for that. Your best bet, just for simplicity's sake and just so there's not as many headaches, is just to play something that we already have and just go from there, you know? Data Roll says over on Twitch, question, how much time investment is there likely to be required of players? As much, as little, or as you really want. I mean, at the end of the day, like, you are paying for the sessions and all that stuff, and there are 24 other players, you know? So, I mean, hey, like I was saying before, obviously schedules and stuff, like scheduling is one of the biggest issues when it comes to D&D and all that stuff. Westmarches help avoid that issue a little bit, but if you're only playing in a certain amount of games, you're not really like invested, or you're not really involved, I do recommend that, hey, just keep in mind, play when you can, but also just know that there's also 1,000 other people that really, really do want to play as much as they can, you know? So just be mindful, be respectful to your fellow players, your other dungeon masters, all that stuff, right? That's all I say. But again, as much or little as you want. Tony Spartan, is it pay per session for the Westmarch, or if so, is there an option for packages? Yes, there's going to be, it's not paid for per session, because that is a nightmare to do, unless we get a system for it, which I highly ever doubt we will. But it's going to be mainly just ran through Patreon, most likely. Just a subscription service, one and done. You don't have to worry about like, oh, did I pay for my game this week or anything like that? Oh no, I forgot. Oh god, I got kicked out of the game. No, we're not going to do that. It's just probably a Patreon subscription. Just makes everything freaking way easier, and like, you know, it just makes everything just simpler, right? We have, and I guess I'll mention this before, if you guys, again, I'm having to do a lot of Project Aurora stuff and pay for it out of pocket, so if you do want to help support me, please, by all means, I recommend that you go check out the likes of the Patreon here. Now, I will say, everybody, focus. I just said that, but keep this in mind. We are working on the likes of the Patreon right now. Everything that you see there is with you can, well, one, that's my Patreon for Vote and Fables, which is something completely different from the Westmarches, but only do that if you're just trying to support and just, I don't know, pay or just support in any way, shape, or form. But you won't be getting any of the benefits yet. That's when we launch Project Aurora officially, that's when you'll be able to get the benefits and all that stuff. They won't stack over. It's more so you're just supporting just because you want to support. And there's no way to like pre-launch a channel on Patreon and all that stuff. So do that if you just want to help out. That's it. All right, cool. Also answer something over on YouTube. Fernando Torres, what would the breakdown of the groups look like? How many players to DMs? So it'd be 25 players to 5 DMs. So if you want to divide that as well, it would be for every DM, there's 5 players, which is a typical D&D table anyways, right? Finrod over on Twitch says, how much is time zone difference a problem? Currently in Japan, so wondering my time zone would also change later. We're gonna try our best. I'm gonna try, if possible, to kind of push like players with like time zone core or time zone relevant DMs. So like if we have a bunch of EU DMs, we're gonna try to put the EU players with the EU DMs if we can. I don't know if we'll realistically be able to do that because there's so many players and we gotta ask for their schedule, but we'll certainly try. We will certainly try. We got about, all right, I'll tell you what, guys, we got 5 more minutes for the likes of this little Q&A. So 5 more minutes. If you got any questions, please be sure to say it now. Also, Obscured, hey, what's up, Obscured? How's it going? Swinging by to say hi before heading off to work. Fair enough. Oh man, I guess everybody in chat, I have a question for you. What are you most excited about when it comes to the likes of Project Aurora? What are you most excited about? Oh boy, been talking so much. My dog Winter is just sort of sleeping in the corner. They're just knocked out. Oh my god. They're just like freaking so quiet over there. I can hear her snoring. All right, let's see. Showcase says, I'm most excited for Creelan's death and everyone's reaction to it. Oh no, oh god. Runny says, I would say to be able to change the world based off of our actions, to be honest. Yeah, that's freaking awesome. Love it. Stony Spartan says over on Twitch, I'm most excited to play with new players and getting into a new world. Heck yeah. Showcase, but seriously, how the mini campaigns will affect Soulbound for sure. Yeah, it's gonna be sick. Skeleton Hater says on YouTube, same. Oh god, hold on, we got a lot of stuff. Electro says, I'm most excited to be a part of a cool project and playing D&D with other D&D players. Sick. Dovahkeen says, honestly, I can't wait to watch it. Probably the most modern way to play a kick-ass game of D&D. Heck yeah, we're trying. We're gonna try to be able to enhance the viewer experience as well for those stream games and all that. Badass Ninja, sup? I just love the idea of a bunch of interconnecting campaigns showcasing a variety of worlds and cultures. Yeah, hell yeah. Atia says, crossovers. Yes, crossovers are my favorite. For sure. Obscured says, being able to tell a story and build that story into interconnecting stories. Hell yeah. Anna King, connected world. I'm a sucker for him. Oh yeah. Fernando Torres, I want to see this style of gameplay. Excited to see the world grow. I'm excited to see exactly what's going to happen. I think the real sort of cool thing about it is like, I was kind of mentioning, hold on one second. Yes, Matt, I know. The video said 25 players and 5 DMs, but that's 25 players for each continent, So we're going to be doing 3 continents if you're in chat. So 3 continents, so 75 players when you add it all up. All right, let's see. Characters me having a legacy? Yes. Dr. Squiggums, let's freaking go! Teddy, yo, what's up? I actually saw you on YouTube the other day. I'm most excited for the community that the sheer scope of this project will create. For sure. We got a lot of creative people in the likes of this in this Discord and community so far, and I really do hope to God that they stay, because we're gonna be able to create some awesome and epic stuff for sure. Oh, hey guys, I doubt it, but hey, does anybody here watch a D20 deathmatch? I highly doubt it, but does anybody here watch a D20 deathmatch? If so, I'm going to be returning to D20 deathmatch for my third appearance. I freaking love Caustic and Mudcat. They're so freaking great. They're such good people. But D20 deathmatch, I guess if you guys don't know, it's a sort of a PvP D&D show where basically it's freaking hilarious, it's chaotic and more, where they get two random sort of content creators for D&D, and they pit them together or pit them against each other in this PvP sort of field, and they have them fight to the death with a bunch of sort of random sort of events that can happen that are actually affected by the likes of chat and all this sort of craziness. Mudcat and Phoenix, they do a freaking awesome job at being able to sort of run that whole thing. And I'm actually I played in a mini campaign series with them for 3 sessions with those two, and then Stella Luna, who's a freaking fantastic person, great role player. But I'm also going to be, the reason why I say this is because on the 29th of January, I'm going to be returning to D20 Deathmatch for the 3rd time. And I'm going to be playing Atalantos, who is a Blood Hunter Order of the Sacrificant character. That is actually Project Aurora homebrew that you guys, yes, you were able to help create and more. So I'm gonna be playing that class, probably gonna get my ass kicked because it's a support class, but we're gonna try our best, you know? We're gonna try our best, and such. And yeah, so be sure to, hopefully you guys are all here to support the Auroraverse when we get there, because if we can come in where we can have like 80 people freaking cheering on the Auroraverse and Atalantis, I'd freaking love that. I lose my shit. I could die happy. You know? We gotta represent. Atia says on YouTube, one last question. How will viewers be able to interact? You said something about viewers creating deities. So if you look over on the Twitch side of things, I know you're on YouTube, but for those of you guys who are looking on Twitch, there's a couple of ways you can interact with the sessions, from giving out inspiration points to characters, to being able to change the weather in some certain games, to creating NPCs like gods or whatever if you have enough channel points. And these are like super high tier stuff. Like you gotta really be in Aurora for a long time to be able to get that, but it's possible. People have done it and such. That, as well as I'm looking to try to implement, once I get a good moderator team that's like not necessarily having to play and moderate at the same time, you know, they have a lot of more free time and all that stuff, and we're able to get more of an abundance, because I hate sort of having to sort of like be like, hey players, can you moderate and stuff like that, because I want you to pay attention and focus to the game. They do a great, fantastic job, like a really freaking great and amazing job despite everything. But yeah, I know they would love and appreciate a lot more help, right? I know they would appreciate that. So once we get that sort of going, I want to do like more so polls, predictions, all that sort of stuff, to really be able to get the games going crazy, right? And those being ways to sort of affect chat or affect the game. All right, I'll take one last question from somewhere. Oh boy. Oh, okay. Yeah, a little short story. Yeah, you know what? I'll tell you what. I won't take a question. I'm gonna do a little short story. So here's something that I want you guys to know to leave you a little bit excited for the likes of Aurora, right? So if you want to know a way how you can kind of affect the game, or like just an example, long ago, there was originally a campaign that was going to be ran, and eventually it got canceled. We didn't make it past the session 0 and all that stuff. And what have essentially happened, I saw that, I was like, you know what, I want to make sure they play some D&D. So despite my better judgment, hold on, what's up? Wait, what's going on? What's up? Oh, okay, I thought something was going on. Whoops, you scared me there. Everybody was freaking out in the Alexa chat. Okay, that scared me. Oh dear God. All right, anyways, as I was saying, I decided to sort of pick up the game and ask the players, hey, I have a campaign that I ran before. It's called Pantheon Divided. And essentially, you guys are playing demigods, and you guys are going to be fighting the gods of Aurora, and in this giant sort of civil war between the divine, right? You guys in, and a lot of them, or almost all of them, were like, hell yeah, let's freaking go, I'm in. And I got a couple players and such, and I also got another player from one of my old games that they had to drop out of because of scheduling, right? And they go by, well, I just call him Ambrosi, and the reason why I call him Ambrosi is because, so eventually at the end of that campaign, the characters reached level 20 and they became gods in Project Aurora. And they had the choice on whether they wanted to become or ascend to godhood, like true godhood, or if they want to sort of or remain as their normal life as a demigod and kind of retire, right? And eventually, one of the characters named Ambrosi, they end up becoming a god, a deity. They are the pixie goddess of trickery and trickery, glitter, and I think, is it friendship? I'm pretty sure it's friendship, right? And what ended up happening is we fast forward a couple of years and everybody sees this god. They're picking their characters, they're picking which god they want to worship and all that stuff. They see Ambrosi and eventually they're worshiping him. Their characters are worshiping him. They're freaking chaos gremlins and all that sort of stuff. And one day I'm like, you know what? I got an idea. The player said they wanted to do a prayer to Ambrosi, and I'm like, I got you. And they did it, and they were waiting to see if anybody would answer their calls. And I had the original player who played Ambrosi. He jumped in the call, and they were able to have a conversation. They were able to talk with one another and be able to actually meet their god. Not me role-playing their god, actually get to meet the person who made their god and all that sort of stuff, right? And I think that's just such a unique and crazy sort of experience that doesn't really happen in D&D, you know? It doesn't really happen. So I say this to all of you because this can possibly be you. This can possibly be how you leave your mark or your legend on Project Aurora. Whether you start off as some crazy wackadoodle farmer character who eventually works their way up to fight and slay the gods, or whether you end up playing this sort of grand hero ready for hit their epic tale, or whether you're just a bunch of random people and you become the best goddamn adventuring group on the planet. Regardless, you can leave your mark or you can leave your sort of legacy on Aurora in so many different ways. All I say is, hey, how can you? How can you? And for that, my friends, that's where we're going to call the likes of this stream. Thank you guys so much for being able to watch. You guys are freaking awesome as usual. This is so much freaking fun. I did not expect to get so much support from everyone over on the likes of YouTube, on the likes of Twitch. You guys are freaking crazy. Absolutely crazy. So this VOD is going to go live on YouTube immediately, so be sure to go check it out. Also, if you guys haven't done so, YouTube guys, even if you're on Twitch, please go like the video. Go like the video, leave a comment. If you were here, say I was here in this stream. It does help out tremendously and more for the algorithm. And it'd be, again, we're just trying to make sure that everybody can play D&D and experience the game as we can, within reason, obviously. So hey, that's one way how you can help out. I'll see you guys in the Discord server, and keep your eyes peeled on the announcements channel. Y'all have a good one. We're gonna figure out somebody to raid, but in the meantime, I'm gonna play the starting soon screen. So if you want to see some epic art and all that craziness, stay tuned. All right, y'all, have a good one.